Hey guys, happy Thursday. Hold on a second. Let me go all the way up. Hey allegedly. Hey Kat. Hey Jane D. Let me see who else is here. Iced coffee. How are you? Lisa Ann. How are you? Hold on. I just got a message. Boy, that doesn't take long. I hope I didn't miss anybody. I wasn't gonna go live yet, but to hell with it. Jen is always live, so let's go past Jen. She wants to see. This is proven. I wanted to show you guys this. Like I'm literally trying to stay as far away from Jen as possible. She's got nothing else to do, so she'll play a live from 3 years ago or something like that on me. So yeah, Jen, you deserve everything you get. Hey Sherry, um, you're gonna be dragged out for always and forever because that's the same shit person that you are, and I'm here for it. I'm here for anybody who wants to play Jen's lives. Hi, inquiry. You know what? I still can't say that. Hold on. Let me see what happened. Okay. So Jen, I think Jen got struck today from what I heard. Couldn't happen to a nicer person. Hi, Wider, how are you? Couldn't happen to a nicer person. Two more strikes, Jen. Two more is what you need because you respect nobody. Hey, Rabbit. Hey, AKA. Hey, Stephen. And I'm so happy to hear that when that happened today. You deserve it, Jen. Nothing but the best for you always, darling. Yeah. Keep going, Helena. How are ya? Keep going with those strikes and get Jen down. Exactly what she deserves. She still lies. I'm still here. Yes, you are, and strong. Not going anywhere. Hold on, let me see who some. I had taken some notes because I was watching. Um, I was watching KK yesterday on members only. And believe it or not, see, here's where I tell you guys that I wasn't lying. I have yet to listen to Brooks live. I had yet to listen to it. Who struck and why? I think Brandy said that it was Brandy, and I don't know why she struck. She must have played one of Brandy's um lives or part of it. Now she's playing like some 3-year-old thing with Terry time because Jen has nothing else to do and she doesn't feel like cleaning today. Hey Janet, she doesn't want to clean those counters, so that's what she's gonna do. So I was playing those lives, and by the way, when I do something and I when somebody messages me that's a third party and says the way things happened, I'll listen. Jen got a job. Don't tell other people to get one. Yeah, get a job, Jen. Hey, Diana. So, what happened the other day when me and Brooke started back and forth on the thing, was obviously I have to go back and listen to the whole thing without having it stopped. But what somebody told me that she had Brooke's live on and my live and my chat. For some reason, she had Brooke's live on in my chat, and she was reading my chat. She had two computer monitors on, and Brooke went live and said it was in this order. She went live and she started dragging Lindsay, talking about Lindsay. Hey, Ruski, how are you? And then when she started talking about Lindsay, oh my God, stop. When she started talking about Lindsay, I posted a comment on my community, a post on my community thing saying, hey, your daughter's not innocent or your daughter has a lot of secrets or some shit like that. I don't remember exactly what I posted. It didn't say her daughter's name, but it said her daughter. And then that's when she said that about my husband. That's when she said that thing that she said. That I'm not going to repeat. Maria, can you believe Jen told me to piss off after years of me being nice to her? Because Jen doesn't care about anybody. She doesn't care about absolutely anybody. So I said to the lady who told me that I would say because she watched it and I trust her that she wouldn't lie to me. She said it was exactly in that order, but everything still happened. It's not like if nothing happened. I'm just saying the order it came in. But I did want to clear up some things with Lindsay um since Brooke had brought it up, and it's only fair to Lindsay to say I did meet up with Lindsay and two other people that night, that Sunday, and in my eyes, she was rude. I didn't want to hurt her feelings. I didn't want to hurt her feelings because you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings in real life. So I would never have brought it public. But to me, it was rude. And maybe she doesn't realize it. Maybe it's just the way she is in real life. Who knows? And I'm telling you, I don't think she even realized it. But I told Brooke that in confidence. I didn't bring it out publicly and say anything. And about the smell, she didn't smell. Everybody who knows me thinks I have every time that you see me in public or at work or even here sometimes, they think I have a stuffy nose or I have a cold. It's allergies. It can be kicked off by anything. If somebody walks into my job with any type of lotion, hey, salty pepper, or perfume that is bad for me, automatically the rest of the night it looks like I have a cold. I'll start sneezing and I can't stop and I can't control my allergies and stuff. And that's what happened when I met Lindsay. Whatever she had on kicked my ass. Kicked my ass. The smell got to me so much, and it wasn't a not clean smell. So I don't want people dragging her. It's whatever she used. That's why I'm very particular about what I can smell. It kicks it that fast. No, she didn't lie. She didn't lie. I told her. She didn't understand. I told her I couldn't take it because of my allergies. It was really strong for me. It was strong for I don't even wear I wear like a light perfume because anything will kick my ass. And I was sitting next to her. So by the end of the night I was stuffed. I couldn't breathe. But these people ran with it, the people in her chat, and were calling her names and saying that she smelled. She didn't smell. It's her perfume or her lotion, whatever she was using that day. It really did not agree with me. I couldn't take it. It was too strong for me. I'm the same way, Maria. I'm either sniffing, sneezing, or coughing. It's horrible. And I'm in Miami. You'd think this is the best place to be, that you wouldn't be having all these allergies because it's not cold. I was literally saying I almost didn't go live this morning because I literally had to go out today and buy a jacket because it's going to be cold today and tomorrow. I don't even own a jacket. That's how hot it always is here. So imagine if I lived in somewhere where it was snowing. But what was worse was her chat. It was bad enough that Brooke said that, but it was worse that it was her chat doing that shit. They made it out like if she smelled, which she didn't. She was clean. Her clothes was clean. Her hair was clean. Everything about her was clean. It was me. But the rude part, yeah, not about the buns and shit. I don't give a fuck about that because me alone, I can eat a whole thing of that bread from that place. I just think it's just the way she talks to people at times, and it didn't agree with me. But it wasn't enough for me to say. It wasn't enough for me to say I'm never going to talk to her again, or she's a horrible person, or not. I don't even think she realized it. So because I trusted, I was friends with Brooke, and I told her that in private because I didn't want to hurt Lindsay's feelings. And of course, if she comes back here into Miami again, I would meet up with her again. But I didn't, I would never hurt anybody's feelings. But I wouldn't have hurt her and never have told her because we're not close where we're half an hour away from each other or 20 minutes away where we're going to be bumping into each other every weekend. Strong fragrances make allergies go crazy. Oh my goodness. I have allergies to perfume and clothes. Completely understand. Somebody can come in where I work and have strong perfume, and I'm done. Hey, Mona, no. After last night, she's not. I was watching KK's live, and I told you, her members only, and I had not watched Brooks live. I had saved it. See what I tell you that I saved these things? Hey, Lisa Marie. I didn't go back to watch it. I saved them and I put them out. I saved them in a space where I'm never going to see it, but I have it if I need it, and I'll see it when I can. And yet I had not seen it since last Friday until yesterday at KK's, and it was listening to it for the first time. So I was a little pissed off about it, to say the least. A little pissed off. It is what it is. You know, I've been watching all this stuff going on TikTok and Reddit and shit. I don't agree with that shit. Everybody lives their own karma. Everybody lives their own karma. I don't want, and hey, Texas girl, I don't want to go on real life on her because I don't like how it feels when it went on me. It sucks even though you work and you're reliable and they love you there and everything's fine, that somebody feels like it sucks. Like Dreamsicle called my employer. Sucks that she emailed, because I would never do that to Dreamsicle. Never. And it sucks for them to even, it's embarrassing for them to even see that some idiot from the internet who you don't know would do something like that to somebody. I love rolls. Please send me some. Here's when they don't. Oh my God, they were so good. The problem is that you eat all the rolls and then you don't want to eat the food. I mean, you'll still eat it, but it's like you can't finish it off. I can get. Oh no, I'm not even gonna say how many rolls I can eat. I can probably eat around 4 or 5. That bad. So yeah, those are good. But shame on those people saying all that shit in the chat and anybody allowing that shit, because it shouldn't be said about another person, period. And when I saw that, and I have been wanting to go live about it, but I've been so upset with fucking everything that's going on with between Brooke and I and Anne and Dreamsicle and E11. No, nothing happened. I was just clearing up about the Lindsay. And I didn't mean to hurt her feelings. I didn't agree with, I don't like the way she acted. And everybody has the right to say what they feel. And it is what it is. If she were to come back to Miami, I would probably go out with her again. But I would not, I don't, everybody acts differently, put it that way. Everybody's a different person. She did it out of malice. That's not a friend to Lindsay. Nope. There's nothing wrong with meaning. With me and a friend are rude to others. It's called honesty. Yeah, it's called honesty. I'm not used to it. I'm not, you know, and it wasn't like a really, really, really rude person that's gonna be like you'll be like dying of embarrassment. It's just different at different times. Things that I would be like, shit, I wouldn't have done that, or I wouldn't. But nothing that I would have called her out on if this hadn't gone public. Nothing that I would. It's not my business. Oh, for God's sake, hold on. Oh my goodness. Just as I was, see, it's only a little bit cold outside. I put the dogs out for a second, and now the big one wants to come back in. It's not even freezing. You need to drop Brooke. She doesn't bring positive things to anyone, but I think you'll always have her in your back pocket. Not disrespect, don't mean meant. No disrespect meant. Any comparison I had to, I get it. I understand, Granny. To Brooke is any Maria, any compassion I had for Brooke is gone. I just don't like to hurt anybody like that. I think that that was rude of the people in her chat. That those comments were like really, really rude and really out of control. I have no problem getting Lindsay up here if she wants to talk about what, because it was never supposed to be anything public. I wouldn't do that to anybody. I think that's just the saddest thing is that when you go online and you start bashing people, you don't think about how it's going to hurt that person who had Lindsay, who had nothing to do with anything. Because if there was an argument, it was between me and Brooke. It had nothing to do with Lindsay at all. Not only the Texas Roadhouse, not only the rolls, the peanuts. I take that shit by the bag. But it had nothing to do with her. And we should have compassion and not bring people who don't have anything to do with anything into it. Because at the end of the day, we're all human beings. And if you trust something with somebody, I mean, I, when I talk to a person, I can say, "Oh my God, Steven said the worst thing to me," but don't tell him, Sherry, because I don't want to hurt Steven's feelings. And my idea is that I'm gonna trust Sherry, and she's gonna say, "Nope, I'm not telling him. I know you don't want to hurt his feelings," and never say that again. So it wasn't anything that I would be like, "Yeah, you guys are all right. Lindsay sucks. She's a bad person." She's not a bad person. She's a very caring person. Hey, Abby, how are you? I haven't seen her in a while. I've text messaged with her a few times, but she's hurt, of course. Brooke did that to get back at you and to hurt Lindsay. If everyone put their negative words, thoughts, and actions into something positive, this would be a far better world. It sure would be. I absolutely wouldn't say a word. I know because there's things that you just got, no matter how pissed off you get in life or get with people, there's things that you have to think through before you even open your mouth. Like there's some things that, you know, if you talk with, like Anne has done to me. I had told Anne a few things in secret, and that's the first thing that came out of her mouth. I've talked to Lindsay offline, yes, I have, but I wanted her to be in here. No, nothing's wrong with her. I Not that I know of. She just hasn't been around. Like I've seen her in one of these guys. I forgot what chat it was, and she said hi and was sending me hearts and everything. But and we've text messaged, not talked on our phones. But other than that, nothing. Has been talking. She's fine. Everyone, yeah, I know she's okay. Well, I saw her in Jamie's. And that's hey, Kay. I saw her in Jamie's. I just don't like to hurt anybody like that. I don't think YouTube is worth hurting somebody's feelings and saying, "Well, I was mad," is no freaking excuse. I know. I agree. Yeah, I think Kat has talked to her, and I'm not sure who else has talked to her also. But I know Kat has. Yeah, she stays up really, really late, so she's probably still sleeping. But I wanted to clear that up, and I hadn't cleared it up earlier because I had all this shit going on with but back and forth with everybody. And then last night I was pissed off because I had heard I think I should have stayed away from honestly from listening to KK's live because it just triggers me to do this shit all over again. And I really don't want to. I deeply hate Amity and Brooke. Oh boy. And I just don't want to keep going on the same horrendous shit. And George, you can one thing I wanted to clear up about you. This is why I've disliked you so much. You make up shit. So with George, it's a 50-50 chance. You can guess at what you want to say, at what he's going to say. Like I've never contacted Deadly and given him George's information. Not never. Absolutely never. And George said that last night yesterday like if it was true. And this is what he does. He throws shit there to see what sticks. He went after Nurse Jen. He went after um Cree. He went after Susie, also Mia's mommy, Snurk, all of them, and making excuses why. And then he goes after Geneva with no proof. He makes stuff up that Amber C is telling him. He makes stuff up. Good her for what she's done, but don't make stuff up and don't believe what Amber C is telling you because Amber C and Geneva have a hate between each other that nobody will ever understand. So one or the other, both are back saying it's this one, it's that one, it's this one, it's that one, it's this one, it's that one, and you can say it's either one. I have been listening, and I'm definitely a scented lotion and perfume girly. But when I go out, I try to remember not everyone can tolerate sweet scents. Oh yeah, I don't know why. I've tried every single medicine that I can. I've come to the point where I've had to take pills like allergy pills every single day, and I don't want to be taking anything every day. Maria is not obsessed with with chickens. That's funny. But the deflection and excuses for bad behavior is unacceptable. I have never made excuses for things Maria has said in the past. Telling the truth is not a bad thing. Enabling all the BS is stupid. It is. There is no excuse for all this shit. It gets out of hand at the end. What did it solve besides hurting somebody's feelings? Hey, Celia, what does it solve? It solved nothing. Absolutely nothing. It went after somebody who had nothing to do with the arguing back and forth. The thing that what she was trying to hurt was me. That say by saying that I said something privately to her, and she said that, and that's not how we should be anymore. Like that's not how we should be. Period. And another thing I wanted to clear up is I had made my lies public because I did hear some of the live yesterday from KK. What is it? Well, I think it was more to hurt you. Lindsay was collateral damage. Hey, Vixie, yep. And like with the Tracy M thing, Tracy literally came after me first and said something that Maria was trying to flirt with Clint in Spanish by saying things in Spanish. And then I turned it around and talked about Tracy because I'm double device. I'm looking at E11's chat and I'm reading that, and I said, "Oh yeah, Tracy, how about when you wanted to go out with Clint, and you took him to court thinking you were gonna he was gonna hit on you and all this," and then that's when everybody's like, "Oh my God, how dare you? She's happily married. How can you say that?" I'm just turning their words around on them to see how they feel, or Miss Liability talking about my children or my grandchildren, and I turn it on her, on Amanda, on her son. And then I'm the worst thing in the world because I talked about her son. But these people don't see that. E11, still, after I wrote the thing about the Momo, she still writes it. And I call her Janet Sue, and she has a fit. A fit. Well, if you're going to be so immature and write stupidity like that because I have a name, then I'll continue to do that. If you want to call me the doxer, that's on you. I've said it a million times. Grow up and be adults. I had to stop listening to KK's members only last night. It was so upsetting, so I can only imagine how pissed you were. It took me forever to fall asleep last night, forever. And sometimes I wish, like, well, maybe I shouldn't have heard it. Maybe I shouldn't have heard it. But then other times people are like, why didn't you ever say that? Here, I'll say what some of the things. What upset me was um, telling Amanda Prayer Jar to get an RO on me. For what? For what? For calling her out? Why didn't they have Miss Liability on platform with Amanda Prayer Jar? Does anybody here think Amanda Prayer Jar is gone? Why can't Miss Liability and Amanda be on the same platform? Or telling George that he was right, that what he everything he did to me and Jules was right. There wasn't one thing about that was right. And how anybody can support that just because you're mad, you don't say he was right. Because until it happens to you, until George does something like that. Yes, she is. She I didn't even know she was on platform until yesterday. I saw it on, and when I heard her voice, I could tell she was lying. She never left. She never left. Hey, Freeside. I was getting so angry. and I missed the live Maria had done before that. That Brooke said got so upset, so I have no frame for. It's still up. Mine's is up. I didn't hide mine. When you hear it, if you listen to it, you can tell that I'm reading from E11's chat. They were all writing there, and E11 said she can't see her chat because she has eye problems. That's a good excuse. What George did to Nurse Jen was disgusting, and he's gonna have an excuse why he does it because he does that all the time. I don't understand why he has to make an excuse. What about Maria about to get Brooke to that point? Yeah, there's no excuse to get anybody to that point. You know what? At the end of the day, you control your own self. Nobody can get you to a point where you can't handle it. If you can't control getting there, then you're the one with the problem. You're the one with the problem. Getting her car and over and never done. Behind the scenes BS. Keep my name out of your mouth. Leave me alone. I know, but even with Brooke, I don't want anybody going real life on her because it happens to any of us. And the other day when I said that, hold on, let me see if I can find it. I just don't want anybody going real life. Look, the other day when I said, let me see, where is it? Where is it? I'm going to look for it real quick. Hold on. Remember the other day, when I tell you that if I did something wrong or I misunderstood it, I'm gonna call it out and say it. Either I did it wrong or I misunderstood it. So the other day I said that she threatened me. When I messaged her and I said they just found this on TikTok. Let's report this ASAP because it was bad. So her response to me was, it's going to happen to you and to Jules. Prepare yourselves. How did you get that TikTok? So I said, someone said something on Reddit. I have nothing to do with it. Are you kidding me? I took it as a threat. Like, so she said, I'm telling her that. She's like, it's going to happen to you. Prepare yourselves. And I'm like, why? What did hey, AC, what did I do I'm here warning you. And then she had contacted me back because I was so pissed off. And I came here and I said she was threatening me and said that I took it wrong. She says it's going to happen to you and Jules. Prepare yourself because there's people outside of this community that aren't the people chatting that are doing this. In the same way they did it to her, they're going to do it to me and they're going to do it to Jules. I don't think anyone should go real life, but I'm also not responsible for what others do. If I say some heinous something heinous online, I want to be prepared for it. Yeah, no one should be going real life, especially with ice. So if I misunderstood what see when you type something up, just like me, a million times haven't you heard Muzz come up here and try to say this is not what Maria meant, because even with the thing with if she's saying it's different, then it's different. I misunderstood that then, but I literally told her the other day when we were talking that I said even when I got that list from Geneva that was Amber Sherrington who created it, that Amber had created that I I sent Denver a message and I said even though I don't like these women, they're on a list, and I want them to be aware of it because they're on a list. Not my list, they're on a list. And I got dragged for it. Not by Denver. Denver warned these women and told them they all thought it was my list. Why do you want people's information? So sometimes if you try to help them out and tell them, okay, this person created a list and your information is on it, I'm just letting you know, they took it as a threat. So when Brooke wrote that, I took it as a threat, not as a be careful because all these people are going to come after you and then they're going to come after um, Jules. So just the wording that the way she wrote it, I automatically was like, oh shit, she's going to come after me now. But anyways, tonight, KK is going to do the second half of the members live, and I'm still debating if I'm even going to watch it Because if the first one triggered me that much, I don't think I want to see the second one. I mean, you guys can, obviously, because it doesn't trigger you. I just don't even know if I wanted to see it. Don't do them any favors. They don't appreciate it. She was definitely not trying to warn you. People are going after Jews. I don't care. Like today, Jen was playing something that was 4 years, 3 or 4 years old that had Johnny Mac in it. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Trying to drag me, Jen. That's why I put this title in the picture and put it on my post. Like I'm one of the ones who doesn't even want to play her. She must have seen me in somebody's chat and decided to play some weird over and over and over playing again. Jen, nothing, nobody in this community will ever compare to the shit that you did. Nobody. To the poop in the mouth, the way you what you did to your husband on live on IG, the beatings, nothing. So you play an old live saying Terry Town was 74, 71. What the hell was going on? She kept playing it back and forth. Jen, now you got me on your ass because now I'm gonna join the Jen train and just bother you. It was in a Discord is what they were told me. Somebody sent me a message and said it was in the Discord. Don't fall for it. We all heard Brooke. We all heard her threats. Do not back down to her. No, I'm not. I'm just fair. I'm fair the way I am with that because I can understand when I try to warn people about that list. It turned on me, and then I said, I wish I'd never even warned anybody. Nobody would have known there was a list. I could care less about the list. It was there before it was on Reddit. No, it was on Reddit first, and then it was on Discord. Hey, Dragon. And then it was on Discord. And one thing I wanted to clear up too was that so I talked about George, I talked about Amanda. Oh, I heard also that JY was in there and they said that I had asked for a truce or whatever. That is a lie. And I have the screenshots to prove it. That I'm never going to go be okay with somebody lying like that. I did not ask for it dismissed. That's not true and I have the screenshots to prove it. Okay, so I'm just clearing up the hey Nurse Jen. I'm just clearing up what was said because I hate when people lie like that. I would not be begging anybody to do anything. And I don't know why it was even said in her chat and he was in there agreeing with it when I clearly have was told if you give him um Lada's information, Lada's messages or comments or whatever we talk about, we can make that RO go away. And I said no. So don't change anything around. Don't change it around because it sucks. I have to show that I'm not lying on that. I would never do that because nobody's ever going to say if you do this, I'll do this. That's not going to happen in my book. I don't agree with that shit at all. So don't use that as against me for anything. Hold on. Okay. Whoever's trying to manipulate this ice threat and downplay it, just trying to save Brooke from being called out on the race. A friend would not defend that Brooke. No, uh I'm not defending what Brooke said. Brooke is responsible for what comes out of her mouth. Just like I'm responsible for what comes out of mine. I just don't agree with going real life. I've never have because it's been done to me many times, both the last job and this one. I don't know why people think that, you know, the last person I ever expected, the last person, hold on, I ever expected to call my job or contact it was dreams ago. Hold on, somebody's sending me a message. And it wasn't a good feeling. It was not a good feeling to get called in because of something that happens on YouTube. God, I hate this. Somebody sending me something. Hold on. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. Let me see who. What did Denver lie about? What did Denver lie about? She didn't lie. I don't know what you're talking about, Alan. This is why no one knows where I work. Dude. Cindy, with this job, I thought nobody knew where I worked. In fact, the only person that knew where I worked was not even my family. It was nobody online. It was Carlos, that's it. Nobody else. And it still got out. And it still got out. What was the excuse of Jesus? Because I know it wasn't the racist. I don't know. I have no idea. Because they posted her picture on Reddit. Who knows? Who knows what triggered her? Who knows what triggered her? No, do you remember when no, the truth was uh, when I remember the first lawyer that I didn't know how to hire a lawyer, so I didn't hire him like a flat rate. I thought, okay, it's cheaper. He gave me a better quote and it was cheaper. And I said, well, it's just an RO, it's going to be fast. How much can it cost? How many hours can it take? And it was, and then I realized it took a lot of hours. And it was already past a certain amount of money. And I had to fire him and say, this is okay, this is it up to here. We can't do any more than this. And then when I was at that time, me and Denver were talking, and I said, this is outrageous. This is insane how much this shit costs. And it has to stop. And then she goes, would you both be willing to drop it? At that point, I had not collected for a second lawyer. And I said, I can't do this anymore. Like, this is just too much money. Is that, and then Denver says, maybe you both can talk about it and just drop everything. I was willing to do it. And then it got worse. I had to start from the beginning. Don't feel bad about Lindsay. You should have confronted her at the restaurant. I can't stand people that mistreat people. I'm not, I just saying, I've never been able to do that. I wish I could. I mean, it's very hard for me to tell you you're acting some way in person. You go real life on you, but everyone freaks out and runs cover for Brooke. Yeah, but Brooke's not the one who went real life on me. Dreamsicle is. So they continue real life on you while Brooke gets a pass. Dreamsicle is the one who called who can't not first called, and I intercepted the call, and then did exactly what Ann said the other day. Message the CEO. That's what Dreamsicle did for YouTube. Can you imagine? Somebody who has the work that she has that works because of her child in with other people who has disabilities, and she would want to try to screw somebody over like she did. That's what Dreamsicle did. Calling jobs and family is a crazy thing to do. Yeah, and I still till this day, like, she literally called with her husband's name on it, and I never ever ever not once called him. I could have easily called, but this is things she doesn't think about. I could have easily called when I found out that she was back in Scotland. I could have called that number while she was away and told him everything. And but I didn't. I don't want her to get hurt. I don't want him to do something. I don't want to be responsible if something happens. I don't want to be responsible if they get into an argument. None of that shit. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you so much. Everyone's so upset and running cover for Brooke, but nobody cares when your job is called or people's families getting doxxed and called. I'm tired of being okay with them doing it, but any pushback on them. Oh, I get it. I understand. I would too if people did not record everyone. Imagine me getting posted on YouTube while collecting cans. I'm telling you, you can make a nice make money return. Cindy, I'll be laughing. Maria, when Brooke threatens Ice or threatens anything, she's inciting others to do her dirty work. Threatening Ice is real life, reiterates to every person that the threat of these ignorant people like Brooke are everywhere. I know. I have no idea who made that TikTok. It is effed up to f up, fuck up with your job. But also, what does she think would happen? Saying those horrible things. I know no one is going. It should be okay. I know. Hey, Missy. Hey, JJ. I understand what everybody's saying. I'd be threatening ICE is going real life. I just don't want to do it to somebody else. I've been there. I've been there when they report and it sucks. And I don't want to be responsible for doing that shit to anybody. You know, if people are that miserable that they got to contact people's job like that, I don't want to live with the fact that I got somebody fired over YouTube. I don't want to get anybody fired over YouTube. I don't think it's worth it. I know it's not worth it. And I don't want anybody to do that to anybody. I don't care what. You know what? If somebody threatens with ICE, let the person live with it. Let karma take it. Let karma do their thing. I'm sorry, but people who like and happy that she took down my channel, Amber happy that she took down Texas Girl, they live in their own misery. Nothing to sound bitchy, but Maria, I care about you. And it sounds like you're being manipulated into backing down. I'm not backing down. I'm not backing down, but I'm not doing anything. I'm not backing down. I don't agree with what she said to me, but I'm not doing anything against her. So what made Laura Marie contact me when our police coming? Because Cody was gonna would have been stopped at his mother's house, and I don't think anybody wanted to see that. No, fired over her threats. I watch ICE on the news and is threatened what kind of things is pure evil. It's been horrendous. I was watching it this morning on Instagram where the 5-year-old boy that got taken in by ICE with his father is having a hard time. But she sure as hell supports Dreamsicle and George going after every. I don't understand. That's what I have to put in my head. I don't understand how anybody can be okay and not say. I bet you not one of Dreamsicle's friends said, "Hey, Dreamsicle, what you did was fucked up." Not one person told her that, and nobody tells George, um, what you're doing specifically. I was so upset with George that I was looking for a freaking link. I would have clicked his link. That's how upset I was. I would never be okay with real life, however. We never know who is listening and may feel that the things being said need to be shown worldwide. That is a danger words have. I know, and I always say that. I'm like, be careful. You don't want to say anything that, who knows what I said in 2020? I don't even remember. But I am super careful with that shit now. Like George played something that was 4 years old, something that I had said. Okay, so George, you know what? Play it. I wasn't working here when I said that, and even if I was, if I said it, I said it. But you can't. You're not gonna come. You're not gonna threaten me with shit like that. I really don't care. I understand what you're saying, Maria. I couldn't do that either. Does she deserve it? Probably, but I would never do it. Yeah, me. I wouldn't do it either. I don't think Cody should have been arrested either. That's what set him off, though, and she knew. No, what set him off, I think, is what that they did show up at his house, at the mother-in-law's house. There he showed video of it. They showed up at his mother-in-law's house. You can say do not go real life, but in Laura Marie's defense, he was warned. We didn't do the calls. We didn't. I didn't even know who was calling. She didn't either at the time. That's why we got the 911 call, but we didn't want them getting Cody getting arrested, period. I don't know why. So hold on. Now that you got me talking about that, I don't know why Laura Marie didn't tell these people, because Ann was calling me a liar, said I lied all these years and held it back because I didn't want to. I should have told them. Well, go ask that same question to Laura Marie, because the amount of hate that was building on there, that side, that if we would have said anything, they would have said, don't do it. You can say do not go real life, but Brooke did not tell anyone not to go real life. Brooke supported it, so now everyone stopped because Brooke's getting called out on racism. What the fuck are we doing here? Oh, I understand you, May. I get it, Mayday. And no one tells Brooke her words, her choice. And Kendra, F all the way off with what you said yesterday about responding. What did she say? What did Kendra say? The internet is forever. We need to be mindful and show restraint, not go live, record a video, or join a panel if we cannot control our mouths in the moment. Words have consequences. If people stop going real life, YouTube will be so much more fun. It sucks that people know who will back on. Oh man, I'm on my phone. Now that you said that, I have to check today if I got that FOIA request, because I told you I was going to play it. I'm hoping for the audio. But my husband is the same way. If we go down the laundry, the church, and he gets nuts, and oh, it's so bad. I'm telling you, sometimes it gets so bad at work that everybody thinks I have to go home because I'm sick. And I'm like, I'm not sick. So now I've learned that I cannot run out of allergy pills. And here's something for you guys here. The other day, the Publix that I go to, I made sure to go by early in the morning to buy a box of allergy pills, and because I had run out, and it was closed forever. They closed it down for a year, they said, to build something. So I was like, now where am I going to go? Right next to this thing is a Dollar Tree. And I'm like, no way. So I bought a box of allergy pills at the Dollar Tree, and it says take a pill every 24 hours. That shit was so good. It only had 4 pills in it, but it worked so fast. I was shocked because normally it's like $23 or something. Yeah, for Zyrtec, I have to buy it all the time. And I didn't, they were closed. So I don't really want to drive to a CVS or a Walgreens. Do they have anything? Let me just try it. And I bought a box of allergy pills on the Dollar Tree, and that shit worked like a miracle. I'm like, could you imagine? Because I was headed to work, and I was like, whoa, see, there's something that works at the Dollar Tree. Let me see, can we take a minute and laugh at Kendra and her jealousy of Sophie? I was sent some pictures yesterday that I was laughing. When did she go live with those pictures? Was she live recently? The comments on Reddit that she was upset and thinks Sophie has lip filler filter. And oh, E11, next time you say, Maria, go live without your filter. I don't have a filter because I go live on my phone, dumbass. There's no filter on the phone. At least I haven't found one. I've never found a filter on my phone. So I don't know why you even said that. You can clearly see I have no filter on. Sudden outrage now that Brooke is scared over her job is ridiculous. Not one of them cared when real life was happening to you or Jules, or all the subs have been attacked. Yeah, I hope somebody did tell Dreamsicle that calling a wellness check and saying a threat that I threatened her when everybody else was here watching and nobody saw a threat. Did anybody hear me threaten anybody? I've never threatened to go get on a plane and jump in somebody's house and beat somebody's ass and go to your house and put posters. None of that shit's ever come out of my mouth. Yet they, it takes them second. And demanded Dreamsicle call the police on me. Demanded. That's what she wrote on her community tab. It's just a matter of living with ourselves once something is so serious as an employer is called. I couldn't do it. At least I don't think so. You have to take it daily. I don't take, I haven't been taking nothing daily. But when I feel it coming, like today, I'm feeling like I have to do it. before work. They only care about because poor, precious, little, entitled, white privileged Brooke. Oh my God, is scared of a clip of her own words being put on the internet where she said the words to start with. I know, but they also tagged her employer, and that I don't agree. I can't agree with that. I don't agree with it. Trust me. When you're it's her words. Nobody's gonna take it away from her. It's her words. But when you're put in that position where they tag, that shit was done to me on when I was on Twitter. They literally tagged my employer and said some horrible beyond things that that I had never done just to get my employer's attention. I was mortified that my employer would attack his Twitter account back when I was doing the and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And thank God she lost her account and that shit disappeared. Both? Your husband takes both at the same time? Maybe you just could do Maria. No, nothing. When I tell you Jen doesn't exist in my life, I would never talk to her. I don't even care if I see her in this corner of my house homeless. I wouldn't throw a nickel to her. To me, she has not one good quality. There's nothing good about her. Walmart brand works as good. Oh, you did? The Walmart brand? For a little couple of seconds, I felt bad in the beginning because everybody was going after Jen. And then she pulls shit off that I said, she deserves it. And I actually heard a little clip yesterday of her saying, Sophie was it, I think it was with Sophie. She's like, does your son love you? Hmm, 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 hmm. I think because I don't imagine anybody else who has a son. I think it was with Sophie. And I said to myself, how can that come out of your mouth when your son has an RO on you? How can that come out of your mouth? I don't understand it. So then I said, you know what, Jen? Jen's, Jen's not, she blames her mental health. This is who she is. It's just who she is. It's a shitty person. She has got mental health issues, but she's just a bad person, period. Same as a community report. Well, if that, I wouldn't go real life, but a clip of her own words on the internet is not going real life. Let me go down a little bit. Didn't Maybe she should stop saying that no matter what she does, she'll never be fired. That's begging persistent people to try. I don't understand it. It's practically daring people to contact them. Just let all the entitled racists continue to run the country and do all the vicious real life shit to the people of color. Never will I ever. They need to be careful with protecting Brooke so hard. Cooch will make a scene if it's not a victim number. Oh my God, Cooch. Don't say Cooch 3 times or she'll pop up. That's not too bright of her to say. I don't always agree with the job calling, but you're in a public platform. You should, yeah, you just have to be careful. You have to be careful what you say, even if you're pissed off. Even if you're pissed off, you have to be careful what you say. Because if you listen to the live, like people were saying that I was threatening and going real life, and I've threatened even I think it was PMR and Daddy's Disappointment the other day were saying that I had gone after their children. What the hell? When? Whose children? Are you kidding me? Because people, it's so easy to say a comment. Well, there she goes. She can't see her grandkid. And they're writing on my minds, making this shit up. And then if I respond, well, your children, I said the word children. And they're like, oh, she's doxing my children. She's talking about my children. But I'm supposed to be able to allow them to do that to me all the time. Like I said, that live that they said was so horrendous. I left it back up because I was reading from the 11th chat and responding to the people that were writing shit about me. They were writing stuff on me, so I can't respond or I'm the bad person. I really don't believe that Brooke is a racist. She's been saying a lot of stupid lately in order. I think she's been saying a lot of stupid shit lately in order to hurt Maria. I know, but the thing is that I'm just saying the thing is that she hurt a lot of other people too. A lot of people have a lot of hatred towards what's happening with ICE nowadays. And they get hurt by that too because you see the what people are going through in those videos, and you have to have empathy for those families. Imagine that you go out to buy milk or buy breakfast for your family and you never come back. You never come back. And then they got to figure out, well, he said he was going to this shopping center to the bakery, so let me go over there and see. And there's the car abandoned. Like if your husband never existed. And then you got to find a lawyer. You got to start calling places, and then they don't tell you where he's at. And then it could take you 2 or 3 days to find out what really happened to your loved one. That's some serious stuff. When they disappear like that and nothing happens, or like now they took that man and the 5-year-old kid, his son, and his son is going through depression and he wants to go back to class. It if it doesn't affect your life, you're blessed. Many people have family members, friends, know somebody in every single state that it's happened to, and it can happen to you anywhere. Care if it's hurt Maria or because she's mad. Nobody should say racist. I know, absolutely, absolutely. We're all adults. In 1990, I'm not. No, maybe. I get it. People contacted my office over my opinions. It's insane. And the people who say that they don't contact are the ones who contact. Remember, she contacted my ex boss's wife, who doesn't even work in the office. She went as far as to see who his wife was and contact his wife over YouTube. Can you imagine? So just saying, I have a question for you. Do you say racist stuff when you're mad or you want to hurt people? If you aren't racist, you wouldn't say all that, no matter what. And threaten is much worse than a freaking job. Yeah. So many of the people here who have lost their husbands in every state were the breadwinners, like in a lot of places, or were the major breadwinners. So when their husband gets taken away and they're sent back to Mexico, wherever they're sending these people who don't have a home, um, you pretty much made a family homeless. A family that was just surviving, you pretty much made them homeless because the wife had not been working. The husband was supporting the whole family. And then the wife isn't going to be making what the husband was making to support the rent that they're paying. So don't wish that on anybody. All these races took over the country being placed. No, the family can't go with them. They're taken into ICE, and their first thing they do, for some reason I still haven't figured out why, they're taken into a detention center, and most of them are taken to another state. They're not even placed in the same place as the family, in the same state or the same city, not even the same state. And then, so these are families who are working family who then have to find a way to find money to get a lawyer to help this husband out to see if they won't get deported. So if they're living paycheck to paycheck to pay their rent, food for their children, where do you think they're going to get the money for the lawyer? Do you have regrets over supporting people in the past that are doing what people care about on her? Oh, Maria and others, do you have regrets over supporting people in the past that were doing that to people I care about? Yes, I have regrets. I definitely have regrets. A lot of it. I think being threatened with ice, who is hurting him, people is much worse than a job seeing your race or full display. But as somebody who had lost a job, when you lose insurance, and you spend I always say the same story. When my husband had that bad accident at the time, and it was a bad accident. It was like an expensively bad accident. Like the bill after everything was done was over 125,000. And it was in February when in January he had no insurance. And when I had brought that to his attention and said, "Hey, you don't have insurance. We got to get you something." No, 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 no. This with this new job, I'm going to be I'll have the insurance in 3 months. I'm healthy. Nothing's going to happen. And something told me, and in January I said, we got to have insurance. I'm so scared of being without, always have been scared about being without insurance. And we got an insurance on the side, paying it for a month. And a month later, that shit happens. So I know it's not just losing a job, it's losing all the benefits. Same respect, supporting the same. So I understand. I definitely have regrets when it comes to that. But I've chosen to not associate with these people any longer nor and make excuses. And it's just like I'm telling you, I have regrets. I do have regrets. I have regrets with some of the shit I said in the past, and I have a regrets with some of the shit I've stayed quiet while Ann said in the past. I have regrets with some of the videos that were posted here in the past, and I mean on the other channel in the past, and that I stayed quiet. I have regrets that I should have told Lindsay herself how I felt at the moment, like you said. And I can't. I know myself as a person. I'll feel uncomfortable before I tell you I feel like I'm uncomfortable. I'll have an uncomfortable time and I won't say anything, And it doesn't mean that the whole time was uncomfortable. It means that I had uncomfortable moments. But I won't tell a person in person like that you're making me feel uncomfortable. Your job to defend Brooke's job. She said it's so her consequences that's what it will be. She says she was to stand. They want accountability on the side to do the same for them. I don't know. I just feel like I don't want anything bad happening to anybody, and I don't see anybody from them trying to get them to have accountability. I don't see anybody telling Anne that what she did to my channel was wrong. I don't see anybody. I see everybody supporting Amber for what she did to Texas girl, which is wrong because I don't think anybody on this side is okay with somebody doing corn bomb to anybody's channel. Period. Not from here, not from there, and anywhere. And the two people that did it were from that side and they're pretty much okay with it. But if God forbid it was done to them, if we did it to them, it would be like bullshit. We're the worst of the worst. Stop feeling bad for people who do not feel bad when it happens to you. I can't help it. It's the way I am. I just can't help it because I can put myself in their situation. I've lost many times sleep over it. When the day that the first time, even though she's going to deny it a million times, and I'll say it, when she first called and I answered the phone, that night was horrendous for me because I knew she was going to try again and I wasn't going to be there to answer the phone. So you know how that feels? When I knew the first call came in, I knew it was going to happen again. I am the same way. I will make myself uncomfortable not to cause discomfort for someone else. It is something I work on. I'll let things build up, then I flip out. Me too. That's how I am. That's how I am. I was there. I felt a little bit uncomfortable. No, I felt a lot uncomfortable with the waitress, and I smiled at her, and I tried to make her feel good, and I was not comfortable. It was super hurtful to see, especially from people I've never had a personal issue with. It was really sucky time, and I can't feel the pain, but I know I will. I just saw a clip of William wishing me and JJ to be having grieved the loss of Rio. William is a piece of shit liar. He's the worst piece of shit ever. See that clip that Miss Mickey had posted? I shared it. This guy is the worst of the worst. I don't know how he gets into people's head and people feel sorry for him I wanna, and he says to you, he'll tell you in private that he wants to do better, and that he feels bad for himself because he's not, and he suckers you into believing his shit, and he's just a piece of shit person. Feel bad. You do not have to feel anything for them at all. It's not about feeling bad. Cindy is right. Do not feel bad for their comfort. I know the clip was from a year ago when he passed, but I just saw it today. Just to be clear, I pretty much, hold on a second. Let me check something out. Hold on. You guys really have to listen to that clip that Miss Mickey shared. Like, it was so bad. Even what he said about George, that he liked George, and then he went off and said a whole bunch of horrible shit. It's like, are you kidding me? I don't care if it's his alcohol, his drinking, his not. It was bad. No, that's how entire people get. People won't call them out. You should have turned to Lindsay and asked her to not take whatever is going on with her out on a waitress making minimum wage. I should have. But see, when she said something on here the other day, not on here, and somebody else's, and getting her, hey, hey, Tom. When she said something here the other day, um, not on somebody else's channel, I forgot whose. She says that she's always been kind and she's never treated anybody badly. So sometimes I honestly think, I'm telling you, Lindsay is a good person. She is a good person. She's very loyal and she's very sweet with when you meet her in person. But I don't think she realized it. I really don't. I think it's just the way she talks, maybe. I don't think she realized it. So I didn't want to hurt her feelings. That's not the way I wanted it to come out. Quit making excuses for people that are intoxicated. Less than minimum wage in some states. No way. Minimum wage is 7.25 there? What the hell can you get for 7.25? Unbelievable. I would tell my friend I thought they were doing saying that was the first time I met her. It's very not. It's not the same as if you're hanging out with somebody that you've known that for a while and you've met in person. I can't do it like that. That's because everything's cheap here. Damn, that is cheap. Speak on Lindsay and entitlement, but what Brooke did was worse when she's going to be held accountable. When is she going to be held accountable? I understand it's a difficult thing to do, but we have to get sticking up to others. People perceive cost of living is lower though. I know, just saying. You can't buy a Happy Meal for 7.25 in Florida. It's horrible. Are you kidding me? It's really bad in Florida. Work in Indiana and live a mile from the border, and it's not that cheap. It's all the same prices as Illinois. That's too much. 7.25, you'd be homeless here. You couldn't even get an efficiency for 7.25 an hour here. It's that bad. Brooke should live with what she says. I'm still trying to figure out where the hatred was coming from. I don't know. You know what? I don't think, yeah, it is hatred. It is hatred, but I also think that she, even though I'm going to say gets, she thinks that the other people are okay with it, so she's going to be okay with it. Like, she doesn't want to upset the other people who hate me so much. Because when her and I were friends on our own, even when we argued, she would never do this. But I think it's because of all the hatred that others are feeding into it. that has gotten her to this point, and she's got to sit back and thinks we're all beneath her, and everyone should bend over backwards to save her from her own words, and then threatening over the clip just shows that. I agree with that. Just saying, I meant to say we weren't there. It's easy for an armchair quarterback. Yep, she has to keep them as friends. A lot of her real friends have told her that she ain't doing herself any favor with these people who have, like the other day when she had Amber on her panel, and then she had Anne on her panel. They have their own motives for being on there and for saying what they say. And like I've always said, if somebody's on your panel saying bad things, drop them. Drop them. And I'm one to say, because I should have been honest with Lindsay, but on platform, if you have a platform and they're saying horrible things, and it's your channel and you're not dropping them, you're co-signing for it. You're co-signing for it. Or if you don't say anything at all to them, you just let them keep going. Then you're as much to blame as they are. That's just saying. Brooke has always been hateful. It's just now that these was her friends with all targets, and you can see what she's really like. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Nothing's gonna happen. I mean, with us, it is what it is. And like I said, I felt so bad yesterday after I heard KK that I don't even know if I'm gonna listen to today's. I don't know if I want to. And then another part of me says I should. And there's videos that I have recorded. I have had recorded George's, and I've never heard them. I'm a typical entitled white woman. What? And what? What? I still think it's sad that you all are friends for 5 years and how it ends. Why can't people just part ways amicably and not share deep, dark secrets? In a perfect world, the best thing they could do for Brooke is keep the spotlight off her instead of just jumping on her panel and start. That's what I'm telling her. Don't allow. That's exactly what I said. They make it worse. They make it worse. Don't allow them to spew their hate on your panel. Anne has a channel. Amber has a channel. Let them do it on their channel. Racism never stops when it's just a person of color standing up to get changed when the white people call each other out and stands with us. Hispanics are far too guilty of not wanting to make someone else uncomfortable. I get it because I was raised the same way, but the threat of ice on an innocent man is not okay. It's just not. Mayday did not hear her giddy lady night gang after Jules for what? To think she's deflecting that she's done and doing time to do something. When befriending someone only because they hate the same person, it says how long, how much. I know. I want to see where they held where was who said anything to Anne about what she did. All of them are okay with it. Somebody go break into Brooke's chat account or Anne's account or Amber's account and then see how, or George's account, and then see how they're going to be pissed off. They have to. It has to go all the way around. It's just not one person. Hey, Virgie. Hi, everyone. There's other people in that restaurant that could vouch for what Maria is saying about Lindsay. Lindsay probably talks the way she texts. She not realize it might be rude. Exactly, Virgie. Thank you. Yes, yes. She didn't. She doesn't realize it because it's just the way she is. But to other people, it comes out as rude. Maria and I disagree on many things, but we're cool. Yes, we are. This is guide to her, so unless somebody replays it, I don't hear it. Isn't really, but how gross you even admit it. What is it? Hold on, let me go back and look. Come on, guys, no arguing, please. Brooke has had many racist things come out of her mouth, and everyone always excuses her. and running cover for her. Fuck that. Mayday, you speak facts. Excuse time, racism, and hate is over. Everyone chill. We will never know what it is to live in each other's skin, and no one deserves to be invalidated, especially those that racism directly affects. Please let everyone respect. Let's just respect one another. Absolutely. I agree. We're all on the same side. Don't be back and forth with each other, please. And thank you, Virgie. Thank you for saying that. I still felt bad about it, but it's the truth. And she didn't mean anything by it. I'm sure it's just the way she is. And but it wasn't anything that I couldn't that I had would say I'm going to walk out of the restaurant and not have dinner and still have a good time with Lindsay and the other two people that were there. Come on, guys, stop arguing, please. Pasadena girl supporting people in Europe or standing with you over the Atlantic Ocean. Cat Lisa, I think something got lost in transition. Please don't fight. Thank you. I don't see you either. I didn't see you either. What's going on now? I'm not trying to make excuses for Brooke. I think I'm just trying to make sense of it. I called Brooke that. You put yourself into it. Sorry, I can't see. I'm crying in my cat pillow. My son, who's in the spectrum, is that same way. He is brutally honest and blunt and doesn't realize it came out of. Exactly. That's why I said, I felt even worse for her for what was being said to her in chat. A whole bunch of adult women in that chat saying horrible things to her. And to date, I see PMR still making comments about that. A fucking mother. Somebody who says she's such a good high class person. Ooh, this, oh, that, all that. You're still making fun of something like that. You're so fucking petty, PMR. So fucking petty. And you know what? It makes you look really, really stupid. People oftentimes don't realize it is the tone of what they said. Yep, that's it. Title not you, Lisa Marie. I don't think Mayday was saying all white women. I don't think she was saying that. Will last long if you respect and talk shit. And don't talk shit. It's covering the hard thing. Yep, you're right. I didn't lump all white women who did that. Hold on. Let me see what's going on. Give me a second. Let me get the dog inside real quick. Okay, I'm back. What is happening? I don't know. I have liked and supported Brooke for a long time. I think I'm finding it all hard to accept. Yelling at people in caps is not helping. People have to process differently. I'm not making excuses for anyone. We're all adults. And with what's been going on in the country, everyone knows the racial comments should never be accepted. I agree. I think Mayday is like Lindsay, who just types in caps for Maria. Let's not fight. Yeah, please. Yeah, I'm fine. I just have to get the dog inside because it's a little chilly out there, and I leave him out there for like 30 minutes. Let me see. Somebody sent me something on IG. See, can you hear my allergies kicking in? I can't hear a voicemail because I'm live. So you gotta type it. Hold on, let me get something going on. I'm back. It was a misunderstanding, maybe. I write in cap. I type in caps because I have vision problems. That's fine. I don't mind. Caps is fine. This is stupid. Every time someone says something to me, you all come defending them, but I get jumped for every comment. What did they jump you for? Doesn't claim racism or raise my pitchfork immediately. I would rather tell someone they are wrong. Why? And hope they never say it again. When it's been over and over, though, they don't care and are racist as fuck. It's easier to read in caps, to be honest. Yeah, it is. At least for me, it is. I can admit I'm angry and has been since Brooke said all that stuff, and it seems to be getting away. And seems to be getting away with it all. You can increase the font size. On a phone? Can you increase the font size on a phone? That would be nice for me. I can't see shit. Emotions are extremely high. It's easy to become defensive when we feel like something can't be detected. Yep, I agree. That's what I tell you. Oh, I gotta look into that then. Because I literally have a hard time. And I don't have, my vision is from, bad vision is from far away. I think I have this one too small though. We just want to be sure everyone is understanding. We aren't singling out, just saying. You don't see it pisses me off even more. That I don't see what? I went downstairs to get the dogs in. What did I miss? Do I have to go back? What did I miss? Antagonizing one another. Fiction. I don't get, what did I miss? Just saying, do you want me to go back and read? Let's see if she responds. I'll read it afterward, after the live is over. But if I go back now, I think it's going to be worse. Maybe it's time to end. Yeah, it's time to end it. Um, so I'm not even going to say, hold on. The comments about Lindsay she made. I could be wrong. Oh, the comment. I'll read them now when I'm done then. Either way, I'm friends with Lindsay, and I don't have. If she comes back to Miami, I'll take her out to eat again. I don't have a problem with that. But I should have been honest with her from the beginning and said that I didn't feel comfortable at times. It doesn't mean we didn't have a good time, though. Hard conversations to have. They often get heated, but the best people will want to understand. I know I don't want to hurt people. I don't either. Great, they're calling me from work. I love you and appreciate that statement. Hold on. Well, that was work, and I did it again. Second time in a row that I leave my wallet at work. What the hell am I thinking? So that's what I do. Leave. Thank God I leave it there and not anywhere else. Can you imagine? Unbelievable. I can't see everybody, but I see you. See, the worst thing, you can leave your wallet at work and then have to go pick it up for the second time in a row. Oh, racism doesn't come out of your mouth over and over just because you're mad. Repeated racism comes out when the racists refuse to change. Jesus spoon selfie queen and she got called out. Don't be arguing in here. I mean, we don't want to do this. It's not worth it. Honestly, none of this shit is worth it. To me, it's not. I just don't want people to. Everybody lives in their own misery. Everybody lives in their own shit. Can you all see me now? Yeah, I see you. Everybody has to deal with their own shit in real life. Let them all live with their own their own self. You know what I said? If they say it again, and I forgive the first time, and it's said again, then let them live with it. Let them live with that shit. I tried to change the subject. Thank you. I appreciate it, Miss Mickey. I don't even know if I'm going to be in KK's tonight. I don't know how I'm going to feel about that anymore. It's just going to trigger me again, and I'm going to be pissed off, and I'm going to hit that live, and I'm not going to be the nicest person there is. And it never ends. It never ends. How are the findings two words? Oh, damn it. It's never going to end if people continue to do the same shit. And we can't go into the whole 2026 with this mentality again. Stay home and come here. And the only thing I can say is, let's just fuck with Jen. She deserves it. I'm gonna fuck with Jen because first thing I did when I got here now, Jen was live, and she's dragging me. I don't even want to play her videos, and she's dragging me. And by the way, I responded to just saying directly. It wasn't an attack. By the way, on somebody's what was it, the Discord, there was some type of, in fact, I think Sophie was the one who sent it to me yesterday. It was like a whole bunch of people talking on Discord, and Jen was still trying to drag me into that Discord, thinking it's not going to go anywhere. So when I go live again now, I'm going to play it for you, Jen, because this is what Jen does when she thinks nobody is listening. It's in a Discord and it's private. She talks shit on people so that people can go and attack them. So Jen, I hope there's a Jenathon forever and ever and ever. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Let's drag Jen. So many worried about trivial shit and not wanting the hard conversations about racism. I don't mind the conversations about racism, but I don't want people attacking each other in here. Like people are getting upset with each other. Try to move on and let be where they are. Actually, is it worth it, Maria? Sometimes arguments. It is worth it. Sometimes arguments, more people think about things. We have a right to not accept the cruelty. We can't call ice on someone who isn't black or brown. That threat is so wrong. I agree it's wrong. It's something that shouldn't come out of anybody's mouth. Nobody at all. Not even if you're mad, if you're not mad, if you mean it, if you don't mean it, it should never come out of your mouth. I agree with that. I didn't know that you can go live, not live, like you can have like a conversation with other people on Discord the way I saw it on that video. And Jen and they're like, "Who's dropped the mic? Who's dropped the mic?" And Jen was still trying to talk shit on me. Like trying to get the whole conversation switched to me so that they can come after me. Jen calls me out lately for no one gives out. Girl, no one gives out the fuck about you around here. Nobody does. Nobody does. But when I saw that and I'm like, are you I don't e- salty pepper, I got added to a Discord. I don't even know whose Discord I'm in. It's one Discord. I don't recognize anybody in there. And then so I don't even know. They have like little tabs and I'm like, what the fuck is this? I have no idea. No idea. And it was so funny because at one time, a long time ago, I don't know if JD is still here. Jane D invited me to a Discord and I went into that Discord and I was so lost and I had no idea. And then I just left. And then when I left, when you close the app, JD is saying, we can still hear you. So the app is closed. I'm out of Discord. I'm doing something and she's still hearing me. I'm like, oh, I don't like this shit. I don't know. And I was still talking and Jane D is messaging me on IG. She's like, you have to mute yourself. And I'm like, what are you talking about? It was the weirdest shit. And I'm ever since then, I'm like, nope, not touching it. I was like, what the hell is this shit? Apparently Discord is a new thing. I'm not into that shit. It's enough. We have enough going with YouTube. Why do we need something else? Why do we need something else? Is I'm black, but my mother-in-law is Hispanic, so I see all the racism and even the light-skinned black are being targeted, thinking they're legally Native Americans are targeted. Yep, I've seen that they're going after a lot of black people now. Just because you're black, because how can you tell by somebody by looking at them if they're legal or not? I don't understand that. So many kids of Mexicans and Cubans and Nicaraguans and everything were born here, and they still look like Mexicans or Cubans or Colombian, Nicaraguan, and they're U.S. citizens. How can you tell? You can't. You can't. They're stopping people because of the way they look. Learn to have to ignore stupid people. Yep. I have a white child. I have a black child. I don't allow any racism at all. That follow me and I follow an IG. I am deleting my page. You're deleting your IG? Jules is going live. Okay. That's so scary and heartbreaking. My daughter in law is Venezuelan and she looks Mexican. I know, I just in half an hour. Okay. I don't understand it because how is that okay to stop a car because they look at you and then they want to ask you and that's it? No reason. You don't stop, you didn't do an illegal turn, you didn't do nothing. They just stop you because of the way you look. And then they harass you. Yeah, why are you leaving, Salty Pepper? Never compare Reddit to any Discord. It's a beautiful place. My city has the highest amount of Hispanics in the whole state. Unfortunately, ICE has set up an office here. Oh my God. I would rather not say. I hope you're okay, Salty Pepper. A lot of us are deleting IG. I can't delete IG. That's the only way I communicate. You can't communicate with anybody on YouTube. That's the only way you can message somebody. It's a personal reason. Okay. You have been targeted since forever. We have always been scared of the badge. It's just now others have to. We have been targeted since forever. We're afraid of the badge. It's just now others have to go through it, and race it's getting worse. If you're not white, you're a target. Yep, you're right. You're right. And I've never been through it like I am now. I've never been through this at all. And for me to say, well, I'm light skinned and nobody's gonna stop me, and what I mean, really, I don't really think I would ever get stopped. And the nerve I felt that night where I thought I was getting stopped at 1:30 in the morning, it took all of me. It took it like I was like, "Oh my God, I'm driving home alone and now it's pulling me over." And it wasn't even for me. And that enough tells you that we live with this fear, that we shouldn't have to live with this fear. I don't even speak about Jen on my channel. I will keep it that way. Who is Jen? Who is Kendra? See, no, you. That's what. But I'm telling you, today I get on the phone here and I'm just looking to see who's live, and it was Jen. So I go to listen, and she's dragging me. That's hence why you see the post that I made. See, I don't just post shit for nothing. If you see me make a post on E11, that's because she calls me Momo. So then I'll just mock her chickens. And it's all in good fun. It's not anything. If she doesn't take it that way, then don't say it. If you don't mind it, then keep saying it. I don't care. It's not a big deal. Everybody knows you're Janet Sue already. It's not like it's doxing you anymore. So embrace it, enjoy it, have fun with it. 11. Well, ICE murders one white people in the streets too. I'm not expert on politics, but the whole thing seems like it needs reform. Some reform. Yep, it does. I've never known that feeling, but my heart hurts for those. I've never known that feeling until recently because I've never been as nervous as I was when I thought I was getting stopped at 1:30 in the morning. And then I said to myself, well, I obviously live with that fear because that's the first thing that came into my head was that it was that because I know they're around the neighborhood. And it's not a good feeling when you know you're not breaking any laws and somebody pulls you over. Going to know you're okay, salty pepper. Yeah, I was afraid you left us for good. Here in Cali, it's so much different. This is nowhere. ICE is nowhere and does nothing at all. But in the sanctuary state, it's all clicking here. Well, I've seen in the news. They're here. They're there. So I see it in the news, but I personally have not seen them. What chance? BNK case tonight. I will probably be okay. You all should come here. I'm telling you. I don't know. I just have a feeling they're gonna end up going everywhere before this. They take any type of control and stop this madhouse. It's like a mad. I mean, I get so pissed off. I don't even want to hear it. I get so upset whenever I read a news story. It just kills me. It ruins my moment, my mood, everything. Sorry to anyone who are now feeling the fear that we have felt for all our lives, for our whole lives. It's the worst, and nobody should have to live like this. So if you Hispanics need tips on how to deal with it, ask me. Yep, you're right. You're absolutely right. I'm the palest of the pale Hispanic. Everyone I get speak to in Spanish. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is horrible. Yep. She is not a true friend if others can change their attitude towards another. I think we have to reevaluate who we think are good friends or are decent friends, or who, even if you've known somebody for a long time, who is there for you now. It's not about who was there for you back then. It's who was there for you now. Because and I'm not talking about Anne or Dreamsicle. I've had people that I considered close, and it's been a few years, and that person they've moved on and nothing ever happened and we're not close. So it comes to time when you people just walk away and you just have to deal with it, and just it's not anything good or bad. It just happens. It doesn't mean a friendship is there forever. And then it really wasn't as close as friendship as you wanted it to be. So I'm not a member in KK, so I didn't see the live. I hope tonight is not members so I can watch. I think that she made it members so she wouldn't get struck. If I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm mistaken. I'll find out. I clicked on Jen's too, and she was playing an old TT stream. Yeah, with Johnny Mac. What the hell's that for? Why are you bringing Johnny Mac into the shit? He didn't want you then. He doesn't want you now. Why, Jen? Doing it for a reason, and people would realize what it was. No, you know what the reason was? She didn't want to clean. She's got nothing more than to clean. So she's like, shit, I've been cleaning every day this week because I want to go live. She even cleaned the toilet with her hand, with no gloves, just with the hand, using the hand. Pig. I bet she made him a sandwich right after that, too. So now she's playing old Terry Time videos. She plays everybody's old videos over and over. She goes after Terry Time because Jen's got nothing. Nothing to talk about, nothing to say at all. So she plays the old videos. I'm so sick of Jen and her bullshit. Jen, the real Mrs. Brady is on my post, and it's not you. You know what? I am 150% sure Jen never got married. She never got married. She she can't get married. You know why? She can't screw the government over if she got married. She loses her benefits. She can't lose her benefits. She's not willing to lose her benefits. Can you imagine that she said the other day that when she gets paid from YouTube, she shows Alice how much she made? Like if she was a teenager showing your mom how much you made. Can you imagine a full ass grown nasty woman like Jen having to show her mother-in-law how much she makes? What is she gonna do when Clint finally dumps her ass? Where is she gonna go? KK said if you can't afford memberships to contact her. There you go. There's a way you can watch it if you can't afford it. Contact KK and she'll let you in. I don't know how that's a good thing to know. I don't know how you do that because sometimes I did members only and people wanted to go and couldn't. I have to find out how. Just my community tab. But if people really need help dealing with the badge, I think maybe I could try to make an IG. That would be good, Mayday. That would really be good. Best friend since we were 8 years old went for contacted my ex on Facebook as soon as she learned we divorced. She married him? Be me. Oh my God. I'm telling you. You see what I'm saying? And then bitch ass Ann said that I'm a jealous person because if I put a stop to somebody calling like Sarita, that person had done, I don't even want to say her name. Not Ashley, whoever the fuck that one is, but a friend. And Ann said that um I'm just too jealous or I'm just too this or I'm too that. No, man, women have to be on the ball all the time. That doesn't mean the man cheats on you. That means you can't be stupid. Don't trust anybody. No, nobody. There's nobody that you trust blindly like that. Because there's always going to be a mistress on the side like Ohio that wants to hit and see if they can get their way in. And they will always try to go after anybody who's married. So even though you love somebody and you're happy with them and they're happy with you, you always got to keep your eyes and ears open. Maybe it's a Latin thing. I don't trust women around for nothing. I just don't. I never have and I never would. I don't feel comfortable with it. You got to have your little own space. Let them do their own shit. Your friends are your friends, and that's where it stays. Your home life is your home life, and that's the end of it. She's too lazy. She doesn't actually do content. I remember when someone suggested she do like a doormat, and it was too much work for her. George, why don't you come in here instead of putting laughing emojis? Because that's what you're doing, Georgie. I don't think I have you blocked, George. Come in here. I want to know why you're attacking women the way you are. And yesterday he was like, and I'll leave when I want to leave. How old are you, George? How old are you? Why you say that shit? I'll leave leave when you want. Just don't attack women. You're making excuses, and all these women. Don't get me going on him. All these women making excuses why they support what he's doing. Your hatred is so much worse, so bad that you're okay with that. Yet if he had done that to you guys, it would have been horrible. But your hatred to everybody on this side is okay. That you're good enough to close your eyes. Don't you ever say that I ever dox people. I don't want to hear from anybody on that side because he has excuse for everything. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go dox Nurse Jen. She's done some horrible. You know she has. Yep, I posted Lady Lynn. Yep, I posted Miss Mickey. You know, I've got information that they've done some stuff. Always an excuse why he's going after people that he just doesn't want, that he just doesn't like for some reason in chat. I hate that shit. Stopped the Mexican migration and signed for India immigration coming, but now it's only from India. No idea. Hey, William, go call your daughter. Oh, wait, she doesn't want to hear from you. Sorry, William, go take another beer. Thank you for catching that. Loser. One child, that's all he's got. One child, and he can't even get that shit right. Fucker. George thinks they are. Yep. Jen, I remember you saying that and just assumed you were still there. You know what? But George, you like to point fingers without proof. I'm being honest with you. Start getting proof and get real proof. Because if you want proof, I've got a lot of proof of people doing it against you. And the proof that I have is nobody you're attacking. So if you want proof, I'll send you proof. It's not nobody you're attacking because I got a lot of people sending me shit that they've done to you. And it's nobody that you would have attacked. So if you want to attack somebody, attack them with proof. I'll send it to you. I don't give a shit. I don't have no loyalty to anybody who's doing this shit and staying quiet. To be nervous about. I can't be bothered to be nervous about what my husband does. He texts me in the point that no, yeah, I don't even talk to him. Like he might call me in the morning and say, "Hey, you're still sleeping" or shit like that. That's it. I'm not calling him all day and finding out. But I am not comfortable when the calls are coming in for stupid shit. And that's what was happening at the end. And I was more than patient about when somebody passes away, how you have to get adjusted to it. And, we had been friends for a very long time, and it takes a, it takes a long time for you to feel better about yourself and all that shit. So it wasn't like it was an immediate thing. So Anne just turned that whole shit around and made it into one big circus. He calls me every day on his way to work. Me too, on the way to work. He calls me if I work overnight. By the time I'm leaving, I'm going home. He's going to work. So he calls me then. It's like not a thing where I have to talk to him all the time. Hey Jane Lee, how are you? But Anne wanted to turn it into this horrible thing, which it wasn't. But when people get upset like that, and then they have diarrhea of the mouth, things come out of their mouth, like she wrote on her community tab. He cheated. No, Ann, you're the one that cheated. You put his name out there and you said he cheated. You're the one that cheated with Dreamsicle. And you want me to respect your relationship? No, I don't even think so. And Dreamsicle doesn't want to be called out. Well, Dreamsicle, you are her girlfriend, so she's attacking my husband. So I'm just responding with her girlfriend. It goes both ways. It goes both ways. When will the news is lying? Ice rates are up 1,000%. Maybe it's just as not as obvious because they're not shooting people in the face there yet. I know it pissed me off when I saw that video of the nurse. And then they had pictures, spreading pictures that instead of the cell phone, it was a pew pew, and it wasn't. It was a cell phone, and that people altered the picture and put a pew pew on it. Called me all damn day. What are you doing? Do you want to bring coffee? I know. And you know what? If Anne, I thought to myself, if Anne thought, well, she's maybe too. Every wife is different. Everybody's husband and wife is different. If Anne thought I was being too invested in it, maybe that's why Anne's divorced. She didn't give him the investment she should have given him as a wife. Maybe that's why nothing happened. Maybe that's why way before she even left him, there was no marriage already. Maybe she should have invested more time in him. Maybe she didn't care because she wasn't in love. That could be it too. But don't come after mine and your community tab and expect me not to come after yours. Because that's never gonna not happen. All right, I'm gonna go eat something before Jules goes live. Have a good day, everybody. And take care. It's Thursday. We're almost there. And now I have a new sweater. You know what about this heavy jacket? It's for 2 days only. Today and tomorrow. Tonight and tomorrow night it's gonna be super cold. And then it's back to wearing shorts in Miami and they'll go back in the closet somewhere. People not on here like Jules, but don't want their significant others talked about. Yeah, exactly. If they write something about Jules and Glenwood, or write something about, Anne said she put on her community tab that Carlos cheated. So then when I say, oh no, Anne cheated and so did Dreamsicle, you brought it up first. And then I mentioned the name Dreamsicle. So Anne's like, I demand that you call her wellness check. How dare her say your name? Well, Dreamsicle, you are her new other half. And she is talking about mine. So there's my response to Anne. You're just casualty, like so is Carlos, right? You're just casualty. Sorry, girl. Control your girlfriend. See you guys in Jules. Take care, everybody.